we are, our little chabura here to learn two Rebbe Nachman's two quotes a day. What number are we on?
330.
330. Okay. Number one, a person who is jealous of a friend who rises to greatness can lose his faith and turn into an atheist. One must be extremely careful about this. Should we read them both, or go, or do you want to talk about one and then the other?
We can talk about this one first.
All right. So what are you taking from this? Person who's jealous of a friend rises to greatness. What does that mean to you?
Let me see. Think.
Well, I think, first of all, why would someone lose their faith over being jealous? I think I have an idea. You mind if I share it? Is that you good, or you're in the middle of a thought?
Sure.
Okay. I think that, like, jealousy, it's like, they say that nobody, like a kingship can't touch another kingship within a hair. Like, everyone has their own road and their own path, and your friend can't have yours, and you can't have your friends. Like that story of Zusha. Is that right, Zusha? Where they say, is that his name, Zusha? Where he went to heaven, and they say,
"What?" Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they didn't ask why weren't you like Moshe Rabbeinu, like Moses, but why weren't you like Zusha? So this guy who got jealous, let's call him Tom. Tom wants to be like Bob, but in Shemayim up above, they don't care if he's like Bob. They want him to be Tom. Now, so as he's jealous, he wants what he's not. He actually thinks that his friend has something that he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And so he's believing the friend has power in his life, right? Instead of Hashem having power. Like, Hashem created his reality. Hashem created his situation. So then he's really like starting not to believe that things are fair and that God really wants the world and knows what he's doing. So then he starts down the path of turning into a non-believer.
Yeah.
One must be extremely careful about this. Why is that extra sentence there from the Holy Rebbe? Why you got to be extra careful, not just careful? Any ideas?
What?
Any ideas, my holy friend?
That's what I would say too, because he thinks that it's not fair because his friend has something when Hashem is the one who made it like that, and so then he's in the past of not believing in Hashem anymore.
I see. So that's super important. I think maybe I don't know what the reason is, but I'm interpreting that one must be extremely careful because there are really so many ways that we can get thinking that other people have something that we want to have that we don't have, and many ways that we think that there's power outside of Hashem. That leads us down a really bad road, and people get disillusioned. They think life's not fair, and then they get real negative and depressed, and they get disconnected. All right, number two. There are certain tzaddikim who have a very great name and who are known very widely. Yet people hold them in contempt and talk against them. They suffer mercilessly because of this, but it is something they take on themselves in order to sanctify God's name, and because of it, they can save thousands of Jewish souls from slaughter and death, God forbid.
Yeah. It's true. People do hold them in contempt and then talk against them.
How come? Why would they get so upset to talk about such special people? Like, why do some religious leaders or certain types of people are really analytical or scholarly, why do they get so mad when they hear about like spiritual things or meditation? Like what's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like how come certain people put down certain groups in Judaism that are like really, you know, or another group puts down another group, they get really mad about that rabbi and they like condemn him and write articles against it. And you had that whole thing with the Misnagdim and the Hasidim back in history. Like what's going on there? Why do you talk negative? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please. What were you going to say?
I was thinking what I should say.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Like how come we speak bad about people in general?
A lot of times the person is jealous of the other person, so then they say things bad about him because they're jealous about him.
Okay, so now that's good. So the tzaddik has things that
Maybe
are awesome.
people are jealous about.
People are jealous because they feel deficient. They don't have it. So that's great. Yeah, that's cool. Now, all right, next part. How does that sanctify God's name that they take this on? You know why? Because when you see somebody get criticized and they don't react and they still maintain their good midos, that's amazing. And then it's impressive. And that really shows like how great the Torah and God's spiritual path is, you know? How's it saved thousands of souls from slaughter and death? I guess it must be that they're Mesirut Nefesh, not for themselves, but for other people. Or something like that, I'm thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's summarize today's as the following. A person has to be careful of jealousy, and either by losing faith and getting like sad and down, or by getting angry and talking against people, because either way it damages ourselves and the world. And we have to strengthen ourselves to accept our lot in life, and that God knows exactly what He's doing. He knows what needs to happen in our life. He's not too busy with Corona in New York or Chicago or LA to be keeping track of me and my life and arranging things the way I need it to be. And that is a remedy for jealousy in many ways, as taught by Rabbi Arush and Rabbi Brody and others. And I'm very grateful for my buddy here making these quotes. And please daven for Chaim Menachem Ben Leah, Rabbi Kramer from the Breslov Research Institute. And check out Rebbe Nachman YouTube channel for adult and kid shiurim at youtube.com channel, etc. Click the link or paste it in. All right, have a beautiful evening, everybody.